There's a shrine out there, I just noticed. This is the jetty. Or the Rust Peninsula. This thing is pretty cool. This was actually referenced to I think it's called a jetty. That's actually here in Utah, where I live. And I think it's I think that's a complete reference to it. I want to think. If my future self puts a picture of that particular thing on the screen, it'll most likely be done now. But probably around right here. There we go. And that's actually kind of a unique, a little bit of a weird thing. It's kind of weird that it's all in a spiral. Because I don't think it would handle anything natural, though, to be honest. But that out there is a shrine out there. We might as well go get it. This shrine's going to be fun to capture, isn't it? Because we have a... Oh, is this another... Oh, this is another one here of a... Let's see if I need to get my armor up for climbing. Where's my climbing stuff? There they are. Oh, come on. Come on, get it. Ah! That's a Korok seed. I hate this one. Because you have to be super fast with it, and you can't really see it all that easily. We'll get that one. Well, if we come back to it, we'll come back to it. But I'm gonna put my normal gear back on, thank you. But again, I think if we have Rivali's Gale, that'll be an easy peasy one to get. What is going on with you? I have like all two-handed weapons at this point, which is actually kind of funny in that regard. Let's see, I think if we get down here, there'll be a spear down here we have to take directly to the center there. So let's head off this way. The spiral jetty. Let's go off this way into these ruins over here. I don't think these ruins are even named. They're just random building destruction here that's unfortunately dead and destroyed. Where is that ball? That ball should be somewhere around here. Is that there? That's it right there. There's our little orb. Only a hero bearing this ancient orb shall be granted the right of trial on Rist Peninsula. Into the vortex we go. Now, the game expects you to run around the entirety of the land to get this shrine done. We are not doing that. As you can see on the mini-map there, the shallow parts of the water are very, very close. Because around this entire peninsula are enemy camps. These camps are everywhere, and if you don't want to fight the most of them, it is best to just go here, chuck the orb in the water, and just cross it. Just raise it up off the water here. Booyah, booyah. Oh, no, no, no. Ah, of course it would fall off like that, wouldn't it? Are you really making this harder than it has to be, orb? I'm going to chuck you that way. You stop. Well, I'm going to get on top here so I can get a higher look at it. That orb, I've never had this orb problematic like this. You're making it a lot more tedious than it's ever right to be orb. Didn't have this problem with Eventide Isle. Stay up there, so I can chuck you further down the waters. Hi-ya! There we go. Take care of you. Do this, rather rinse, repeat. Until you win. Because again, this is not very far, and if you want to, because again, walking around this entire peninsula is tedious. So do this. It's sort of a life hack, but given my experiences with traveling this peninsula, this is the fastest way of doing it. Huh. And we can pick this up. Like, oh, I can't pick it up. It's still too deep. I'm like barely there. You gonna fly closer here? Come on, buddy. I can pick it up. I can pick it up. Come on. Oh, it's so... It's that close. Oh, now I'm gonna push it the wrong way. Oh, why are you giving me such a trouble? I was off by just that much. This orb is giving me so much trouble now. Again, I could be avoided if I just went the long way, sure, but this, I don't want to. Oh. Orb, you are really starting to anger me right now. I usually don't have this much trouble with this cursed thing. Like, look. Just chuck you over there. Now you are definitely on the shallow side of things. I can pick you up, and now I only have to deal with a few enemies here. A lot more fewer enemies than I have a right to be. Yeah, take that, you cursed skull. Take a shock to the face. Oh, that was so worth it. A trial by vortex. Oh, wait. That guy's probably gonna give me some trouble. Death to anyone in water right now. See, it's just shallow enough you can actually just skip a lot of this stuff, place this orb into the pedestal, and booyah. Trial done. By my horrible experience trying to cross that cursed water with this orb, you've probably been faster walking all the way around, but no. Because it means you have to fight a lot more enemies, and I don't want to fight enemies if I don't have to. Zoom. Booyah! Shrine get! Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Zoop-a-doo. Do-doop-a-doo. Yay! The Rizhag Zumo Shrine. Let's go. Into the depths we go. Huzzah! Let's see what the shrine has to offer. It is a blessing shrine because we had a trial beginning of it to get here. Yay! Blessing, thank you. What do I get? A great ancient core. We're receiving a lot of these too. Again, mentioned in the last part. Yes, there is a lot of giant... Now, the giant cores do drop from the Guardians from time to time. It is just as rare, if not rarer, than the ancient cores. But I digress. Zoop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Za-doo-ba-doo. Ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Booyah! Oh, and if you don't want to come back here any later, fire this way. Korok seed available for us. Get this, because you're probably not coming back here anytime soon. And it's starting to rain again. Kind of a tedious if I say so myself. Bum 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 bum. Dun dun do 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 do. You. Wind cleaver broke. Goodness. Having much trouble with this, are we? Booyah. Take care of you. And take care of you. Yeah, you're dead too. Fire key swing. Ah, first time seeing those things. How odd. We've encountered those much earlier before, but we just never picked up its parts. Not until now. Oh, there's a lot of bloom effect on these ice blocks. You think they wouldn't generate light, but they do generate some type of light if they're glowing like this. Alright, get me back to mainland and far away from them. And we'll get Cuckoo and we'll get ourselves out of here. Cuckoo! Come hither! Let's go, Cuckoo. We're off in the distance. We're trying to head to east, let's try and find Robbie, shall we? Ow! Cuckoo, that was not fair. Come on, we'll just get you up this hill. Come on. Jump up the hills. There we go. Sweetness! We're gonna head off to this region right over yonder, where the blue stamp is. Come on, Cuckoo, don't you get scared of a wall. Walls are your friends. As they should be. They give you a shelter and everything else for that matter. Perfectly for everything else, right? Mm-hmm. So let's head up this way. Get back on the path at hand. Oh, that wolf's dead. I don't care if it's meat material. Again, by next session we'll have more meat anyway from the Link amiibo, so I'm okay for it. There was another, oh, that was a Korok. I don't think that was a Korok one, but I think that one takes you down the hill that we just came up on. And again, folks, I'm not prioritizing Korok seeds. Like, if we get enough of them to go back to Hetsu, then we will. But I'm just not going to be bothered by them very much. If we see them, we see them, and we'll get them, and we get them. Because my main focus is the shrines. I'd rather have the shrines completed than going after Korok seeds. Because again, I've never 100% this game, and I from what I hear, it's tedious by tedium, and you don't get anything for it. So, by all accounts, if I don't get a reward for completing it 100%, then why bother? I don't know why you would want to complete that thing, but still, it's the principle of the thing. Principle, yeah, right. Principle of something, that's for sure. The principle of collecting for the sake of collecting. As for the record, folks, I'm not much of a completionist. Granted, the last few games I've played, like the Mario games, the Galaxy games, and Bowser's Fury, I did 100%. Sure, because they're easy. Well, not Mario Galaxy 2. Goodness, I'm gonna keep referencing that. Galaxy 2. I should really just redo that playthrough. I really should, because of how problematic I had with my audio setup, the old computer in that regard. That means I would have to hook up the Wii U again. But I wouldn't mind hooking up the Wii U again. Playing Mario Galaxy 2. If you guys want to see me do Galaxy 2 again, I'm okay with doing it. Again, it was probably best, to fix my audio mistake on those games, on that playthrough in general. But that means I have to tackle the final trial, the Grandmaster Galaxy, if that's the case. Do I not look forward to doing that again? We're off! Alright. There's another shrine here. We're most likely warping to this shrine more often than not, because this is the center of the region. What is this shrine here? I think this is another test of strength. I want to say? Let's go take a look. There is also the Spring of Power is also in this region too. But we won't be able to get to that shrine until we get to the Rito region, where the Shard of Power we can get. Oh, I misread. This is the golfing one. Who's ready to do some golfing? I'm all for it. The apparatus. Apparatus. This one's an awkward one. You have to play golf. As you hit the golf boxes. My thing about these motion control puzzles How would you do, like, with the gamepad? If the Wii U version of this puzzle was a pain in the backside, as well as in the other apparatus ones, too. The other apparatus ones were also a pain in the backside, only because you had to flip the gamepad all the way over. And truly, that is not easy to, to maneuver, especially if you're doing it in handheld, especially in handheld mode, too. That, for handheld purposes, you have to flip the entire controller around. Well, at least for the Switch, you can detach the controller and don't have to switch the... Hey, come on, can we golf here? Hit this thing over the yonder. There is a hill there. Alright, fine. In order to reset it, you have to leave the apparatus and come back into it. That was too high up. It ain't gonna make it. Alright, that's out of bounds too. Let's see. Can I make it under bogey +3? That should make it. Booyah! Third time's the charm. That activates the thing. Do I actually have a weapon slot for this? Yes, I do. This is a weapon. I think it's a frostblade, I want to say. A frostblade. It's probably a two-handed weapon. Watch. Great frostblade. Yes, I was right. So now we can freeze enemies using this sword. Man, I have like a lot of double edge. I have like, I think only the Master Sword is my only weapon that is... Well, I do have a Guardian Sword Plus, but I think everything I have here is all about double-handed. I guess I must be a highly collector of the double-handed weapons. Yeah, it is. I say we go after that memory too, because there is a memory in this region. Let's go after it. As well. Again, this is going to be cut out in the YouTube upload. Bear that in mind. It takes too long to load. Okay. Now, this memory that we just mentioned a little bit back right here is right here. And you may want to recognize this particular spot. I'm going to get rid of this pin because it is messing with me right now. This pin... Oh, hey! You're a Goron. Hey, do you have Sun in your name? This is East Alcala Stable. He's Natadon. Oh, he has a Dawn, not Sun. If you have any ore, do not eat it. Instead, sell it at the stable. Though, I guess a non-Goron would be tempted to eat it anyway. Weird. Interesting notion about. Hey! Hello. Oh, you're that guy who found the Great Fairy Fountain. Funny when you were here too. Are you traveling too? Oh, I've traveled over the world, so I'm happy to tell you about new places if you want. If you find a picture to show me, let's see it already. Check out this one. I know where the location is, but hey, maybe you can help me find it out. I know I've seen that goddess statue before. There was a place like this in the ruins in North Alcala Valley, to the west of here. It's pretty much directly west of here. I'm certain you'll be able to find it without any trouble. Sweet. Let's go after it, shall we? Cuckoo! Warp over here. It's time to find a memory. If you want to be reminded of Skyward Sword and knowing that when this part gets up, it's probably when I get this uploaded, it'll be probably in the middle of June, and then next month will be Skyward Sword's release, Skyward Sword's HD's release. This shrine might be as a reference to it, the Shrine of Power, because it mimics, sort of, I think if almost indirectly, the Spring of Power from the oh, what is that volcano? Where is that region? Eldin. That's it, Eldin. The Eldin volcano. So I guess over the 10,000 years, the volcano itself would be dormant, would be torn down by rainwater and torments and everything to come to be like this. Because I'll take a look at this right here. This is interesting. Like, seeing right here? there is something blocking this with flames and everything, but look at this. This is like a temple. Right here. You go in here, come out, and look at these pillars. And the things next to them, these are almost one-to-one the Skyward Sword Spring of Power location. It's basically almost one note for note, which is quite odd and interesting. It's a nice reference. Anyway, another memory is up, and I again will be quiet when the memory starts. To give that nice little cinematic context. Man, it feels like I've been here before. Let's see if there's a picture here. Right, that's what I'm thinking of. Now, what did I remember here for? Oh, it's coming back to me!
I come seeking help regarding this power that has been handed down over time. Prayer will awaken my power to seal Ganon away. Or so I've been told all my life. And yet, Grandmother heard them. The voices from the spirit realm. And Mother said her own power would develop within me. But I don't hear or feel anything. Father has told me time and time again. He always says, quit wasting your time playing at being a scholar. Curse you. I've spent every day of my life dedicated to praying. I've pleaded to the spirits tied to the ancient gods. And still the holy powers have proven deaf to my devotion. Please, just tell me. What is it? What's wrong with me?
Ugh. Ugh. You know, I've been in Zelda's sort of predicament there like that before, where it's like, well, not technically in her position that I have to stop, you know, a global pandemic or anything that sort that would hit me, or a calamity for that matter, but what she's saying here, you know, she's put her time and devotion into a particular skill, hobby, or some of that sort, and yet you get, you know, disliked, or you don't get, you know, praise for it, or it doesn't come to you naturally, and that what, and you just come yourself, and you go, and you're just trying to figure out what's wrong with yourself. But I can understand Zelda's frustration. Like, for most the majority of her life, you know, from her probably age 5 or 6, according to, you know, age of calamity and whatnot, that she was very young when she had to start training without her mother. And with that in tow, it's like, man, she didn't even have a childhood. You know, that's a real shame too, not having a childhood. I know it's a hard topic to go by, sure, obviously, but and I tell you, it's almost disheartening to see Zelda the way she is. Just the fact that you put all this time and effort into this, and yet you have nothing to show for it. It's just so disheartening. Oh yeah, here's an ancient guardian that can be taken down easily. You are annoying. I'm taking you out first. Die, please. Thank you. Now give me your innards. Just like the ancient tech lab we come across here, does need a ancient furnace to start up on. And I don't have any other wooden weapons with me, so we're going to have to grab some of the weapons from the enemies around here. Because that's the ancient tech lab. But we have to do the exact same thing as we did to the Hato tech lab. We're going to need to go to a furnace. That furnace is somewhere here. So we need to get up here travel this way to come back around with a torch in hand or some type of wooden item and get back over here just to ignite the ancient Tech Labs furnace. I find this to be more... This is the more difficult one of the two, just because there's really no other way of doing it. But again, it's probably best to just get weapons, enemies. Booyah! All the enemies here do hold like wooden weapons, so bear that in mind. It's too bad there's not an ancient flame sword. If that's the case, I hope there's one in Breath of the Wild too. Just, you know, it would just be the flame sword here, but with the blue fire energy. You know, and enhance, put like, you know, Sheikah Tech instead of a flame blade and get the ancient flame furnace weapons. That would be awesome. That'd be perfect. It'd be awesome to do that. It would be cool. Just have that. Just have ancient weapons that can be crafted with combined with elementals. Dude, that'd be sweet. I love that. Man, that's a pretty cool concept. I say so myself. Oh, well. Let's head out this way. Might cut off here recently, but we'll come back and let's grab this shrine. Let's get this stuff, shall we? Ha ha ha. Alright, back to the grind here. Yes, we're gonna meet Robbie here. Luckily, the enemies here are not very tough. How are you not dead? Thank you. Can't carry any more bows. Well, I don't want to carry more bows. If we grab... Ooh, we just seared some steak there. Oh, let's get this weapon on hand. We're going to need to kill some enemies. A lot of the enemies here are going to hold the wooden weapons. We're going to have to, you know, use up our weapons here just to... I'm surprised I missed that. Ow! You! Hey, take a freeze to me. I need your weapon, buddy. Booyah! Spiked Moblin Club, 27 power. But we're not going to be using it for power. Nope. We're going to be using it for its main purpose. And that is... to use it... for a torch. Oh boy, but I'm going to kill these enemies first, because again, it's best to kill the enemies as best you can. And I'm just taking down a weak enemy too. I'm breaking down my weak swords, in case I have to drop them if I don't have to or not. Ow! You! Booyah! Take care of you like that. Booyah! You! Take that. A spiked Moblin Spear, but I can't grab anything. I might have to drop the hammer. If I have to, I have to. And I might just do that, because that's going to be useful for us here to grab this thing. Don't worry, we're going to be finding more hammers as we go along, so don't you fret. But we're just going to need to collect a bunch of weapons. I think 3 should be good enough, but given context, whatever, for this particular quest, it's only because it rains a lot. And again, if it starts raining, well, you can't do anything for this quest until it stops raining. But that gives us an ample amount of time to kill the enemies in the region. Now, sometimes you might get here and be like, oh, there's a blood moon. And you know what? You're perfectly right on that. And it also causes a bit of disdain for doing this, because of how much this is. Yeah, but every enemy here is holding wooden weapons. So if you don't have wooden or flammable weapons, this is the way to do it. It's just to come here, grab weapons if you need to see fit. But I'm going to use up weapons I can to take out the enemies, because again, take out the enemies is much needed. Because you're not going to be able to defend yourself if you have this torch in hand. Ow! Ah! Oh, you don't like my cooking, huh? You don't like my stuff? Well, I'm going to need to cook some stuff. I am really out of materials, aren't I? We'll eat these. That'll give me some stealth up, even though I'm currently being noticed. Booyah! Hole in one! Or hole in two. Hoo-yah! Slide to victory! Haha! Take your guts, too. Perfectly useful for this. I just wish it would stop raining! Do 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 do. Zoop-a-doo. Alright. Odd. Alright, let's see if we can find a place. Ooh. There's something off in the distance there. We'll have to look at that later. But for now, I need to find a way to cover myself so I can get this rainwater cleared up. There has to be a cover here of some kind I can get in here. Oh, there's actually sticks, too. Oh, hi, no, don't do despair. Oh. Come on, you rain. There was like be a cover of some kind where I could just... Can't, and it's weird, you can't actually... Can you actually pass the time with the furnace? It is a fire torch, after all. No, you can't. I wonder. I do have some logs. 13 of the bad boys. Let's try one out right here. Oh, I wanted my flame stick. Here we go. Night. So it passes the time just a little bit.